Hello everybody. In this video I want to share a quick easy way to retopo a hard surface model using Retopoflow add-on in Blender. This is the finished version of the gorilla mesh I'm sculpted in the Blender, and this is a good time to polish this model. And retopology is the only way to polish this kind of mechanical model. But retopology workflow is very time consuming and nobody want to do it. In this video, I will show you a good way to retopo workflow. So please watch this video to the end. I will use Retopoflow add-on, which is a paid add-on. You can get it from the Blender market. First, I will start from the head section, so I will hide other parts of this mesh. Since Retopoflow runs in its own window, so I can use normal Blender tools in the Retopoflow. So I have to prepare before entering the Retopoflow workspace. Make sure you have only one 3D views. Retopo process will slow down when your high poly mesh is more than 1 million point. So use decimate modifier to reduce the point. If your high poly mesh is more than 1 million particles count. Press Shift C to place the cursor at the center. New Retopo object will created at the cursor point. Retopoflow menu is at the top of the menu, and press it and press the new cursor, and the new Retopoflow window will appear. The loading takes some time to show the tools. Although this Retopoflow add-on is very quick to learn, its tools are different from the vanilla Blender tools. If you are not familiar with this add-on before, no problem. I will explain every tools of this add-on in this video during my Retopo process. This is the Retopoflow window and its tools. I can use normal Blender tools in this window. Retopoflow tools are very easy and quick to learn, and shortcuts are also very easy to remember. 1 2 3 to the tools. Number 1 is counter, number 2 is polystreak, number 3 is stroke, number 4 is patch, number 5 is polypen, so on. I usually use the stroke tool, which is number 3, and I also use polypen, which is number 5, and I move the points with the tweak tool, which is number 7, or I can use the tweak tools by pressing C, or relax tool, which is 8, and I can also use the relax tool by pressing C. First, I select the stroke tools and press the F to adjust the brush radius, which is important because brush radius determines the distance of the adjacent parts. And press Ctrl and draw the lines. In Retopoflow, you have to press Ctrl to use every tool in this add-on. After drawing the lines, I can increase or decrease the amount of parts by pressing Shift and rotating the middle mouse wheel, or by pressing plus or minus on the keyboard. And press Ctrl and draw another line, and automatically create the surface. I can press C and move the parts as I need it, and I choose the relax tool, and to the sidebar options I exclude the boundaries from the relax tool, so I can relax the inner parts without affecting the outer boundaries. and symmetry option is here, and I can use the X symmetry to model this head. It is important to place the cursor at the center before starting the Retopo flow. If the Retopo flow new object is not in the center, the symmetry options will not work. Press Ctrl and draw another line with the stroke tools and draw another lines. This time the 3 row is okay, so I draw another lines. It is okay for the point, so I press C and tweak the border points. And I will draw another area with the same techniques. Press Ctrl and draw with stroke brush, and draw the stroke again, and I reduce the rows by pressing Shift and mouse wheel down. Adjust the points with the tweak brush. Since the lower edges are selected, so I don't need to select the edge, and I can draw the stroke at the base boundary, and it automatically connect from the selection. And I also reduce the rows by pressing Shift and V down. To draw to the upper side, first I select to the above border edges. Selection is very easy. I just need to drag along the lines. It automatically select the edges, and I press Ctrl and draw another line and adjust the points. To close this area, I choose the polygon tool by pressing 5 and press Ctrl and click. And then I add a lookup by pressing Ctrl. It is the same as the normal planar tool shortcut, and I press C and I choose the tweak brush and adjust the points. Also fill this area with the polygon tool. Before using polygon tools, choose an edge and press Ctrl. The guideline will automatically appear. At this area, polygon tools didn't work, so I make trigger to this area, and I will adjust it later. Polygon tools can also wet the points. You drag one point to another with the polygon tools, it automatically connects the points. So I will continue the Retopo process. I will Retopo this patch of islands, and I will modify it later in the Blender tools. So I choose the stroke tool and draw the lines at this area, this cheek area, and then tweak with the tweak brush, and I adjust the border line and smooth the inner borders with the relax brush. Since I turn on the exclude border options in the relax brush, I can smooth the inner points without affecting the outer border. Okay, this time we will go to the forehead and draw the line with the stroke tool, and with the stroke tool I get this one to face poly, and I will continue with the polygon tool because I need more resolution to draw to draw downwards. adjust the points with a tweed brush so I can get proper flow and um, add a loop cut line by pressing Ctrl R and adjust with the tweed brush. Select the lower edges and with the stroke tool press Ctrl and draw a line here. With the polygon tool I mask these two buttons and to get the proper flow and adjust the points. I can mask two buttons by moving each other with the polygon tools. At this area, I use the polygon tool to draw a face one by one. Using polygon tool is very easy. Select one of the edge you want to continue and press Ctrl and it will show the guideline. So I can Ctrl click and continue the Retopo process. Sometimes I create larger faces and then I connect I add more lines by pressing Ctrl R. It is more efficient and more quicker way. The new buttons will automatically snap to the original high poly mesh. So this area needs detailed retopology. So I use the polygon tools. So this area needs more details. So I press Ctrl R and add a loop cut and continue with the polygons too. Add another loop cut here so I can get more details to this area. In this area I can use the stroke brush. I reduce the stroke brush radius and draw the line, and it is a little too much, so I press shift and middle key down to decrease the resolution and rows and adjust with the tweak brush. To continue with the stroke brush, I only select to the middle edges and draw another line and reduce the row by pressing shift and middle key down. With the stroke brush, I draw the line here. It is not working, so I draw like this and continue with the polypen tool. Sometimes you have to select the correct edge to continue with the polypens tools. It is good for now, and I will continue to this area and use with the stroke brush. I increase the resolution because I will need more resolution to the lower bora because the lower bora is more wider area and draw the lines to continue with the contours and fill some area with the polygons too. I think this line will not be needed, so I select this line and remove the edge by pressing delete key. In the Retopoflow add-ons, I can select edge easily with the stroke brush and loop tools. I can select the face easily with the polystreak tools. To manipulate or move the butters, I can use polypen or pick brush and use the stroke brush and reduce the rows. Create some detailed areas with the polypen tools and select the these edges and left to and draw a line by the stroke brush. It fills the gaps, and I also continue with the stroke tool very easily to fill this area. And now I will continue on this eye area. Draw with the stroke brush, and the counts looks okay, so I draw another line to fill the gaps. Stroke brush usually fills with 2 rows, so I reduce it and adjust the points. To continue with stroke, I deselect first and select these 2 edges and draw the lines. The last area should be faced with a polypen brush and adjust with the tweak brush. Select these 2 lines and draw. Continue with the stroke brush. Reduce the rows and continue with the stroke brush, and I also reduce the rows. So I can continue a little longer with stroke brush, so reduce the row and adjust the point position with the tweak brush as usual. Before using the stroke brush, proper selection of the edge is very important. Stroke 2 is very easy and quickly fill the Retopo gaps. So this area need more details, so I fill this area with the polypen tools. This area is a little small and need details, but I'm trying to use the stroke brush because it is more easily more rare. And this gap I will fill with the polypen brush. I'm trying to fill the area with 4-sided faces. Sometimes polypen fill didn't work, so I delete the face and refill again. Same thing here. Uh, when you use these two very often, you will see what needs to be done and which tools are more efficient to use. With stroke tools, I can draw near from the points. It creates the face automatically. This time I will draw this area. This large area will be very easy to draw with the stroke brush. First draw one line and adjust the points and draw another line, and it creates the uh, middle face, and I adjust the points with the tree brush. Take some time to adjust the point correctly to the border, and select these edges and draw the line with the stroke brush, and this strip is almost done. Only needs tweak with the vertex border. I will continue more retopology and more workflow in the next videos. I will upload it not so long. So please subscribe and like this video. Thanks for watching. We continue with the stroke brush. Uh, this I will need more face to fill the upper area, so I use the polypen tools to draw manually, and I get 3 face. Now I can continue with the stroke brush.